and I will cue the video. Hi, everyone. I would like to welcome you to the Get a Head Start session. My name, for you who have not met me yet, is Chris Bush, and I'm the Associate Vice President of Enrollment Management, and I'm going to be your host for today's session. We're going to start with a presentation from our Head Start orientation leaders, and followed by that, we're going to answer your questions in regards to Head Start. With that, cue the music.
Welcome to the University of Windsor. We are so excited to have you here today. My name is Kaya. I'm a fourth-year human kinetics student, and I'm here with Devin, a fifth-year history student and first-year nursing student. We're here today to give you some information about Head Start and why you should attend. Devin's going to kick it off by telling you exactly what Head Start is.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kaya. So Head Start is a great way to get the inside scoop on university before you even start. You will have a chance to connect with faculty, staff, and current students who can let you know what university is all about. You will also have a chance to meet some of your other future Windsor Lancers in our network lab. Now, the coolest thing, in my opinion, is that you can score some points throughout the day by completing activities, which will give you a chance to win some prizes. Now, at Head Start, we're going to have a whole bunch of different presentations. We have something for everyone to attend, as well as specific presentations for just students or just parents, family, and guests. Now, these will provide insight into various aspects of university and allow you to ask any questions that you may have. We will also have campus resources available at Head Start. So even though it is virtual, you can actually still go visit a booth online and ask our staff members any questions that you might have. Now, finally, I did want to let you know that just by attending Head Start, we're actually entered into a draw to win $1,500 worth of tuition.
Now, if that's not a good enough reason to attend Head Start, I really don't know what is. Now, let's talk about some of the presentations. Head Start is going to give you the inside scoop about different aspects of university. Like Devin said, we're going to be hosting a bunch of different presentations that will leave you feeling excited and ready for your fall semester. First up is the UWin 101 presentation. This presentation is going to show you exactly the difference between university and high school. Now, we've been in your shoes before. A time like this can bring about a lot of feelings. You might feel overwhelmed, excited, maybe even nervous. I know I felt all of those feelings when I was transitioning into university. But if you're feeling that way, it's okay. The UWin 101 presentation is going to give you an idea of some of the challenges that many students face, in addition to giving you some of the resources to overcome those challenges. By knowing the resources that you have, you're going to give yourself the best chance at being successful in your first year. Next up, we have the student panel. These upper-year students are so excited and ready to give you information on topics like courses, campus services, and time management. Their experience over the years is going to give you some insight on how to be successful in your years in university. We also have program-specific advising, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Now, I thought that we were done with presentations, but no, we have so many more for you. So in terms of the parent, family, and guest presentation, if you are someone who is supporting your student, you can attend this presentation. So now, this is really meant to show you what the University of Windsor has to support your student during this time of their lives. It includes accommodations, support resources, campus safety, and more. So by your family members knowing what is offered at UWindsor, they can support you better and really help you succeed in your academic career. Then next up, we have finances. Now, finances are something that are not often talked about in conversation. But I want to let you know that at the University of Windsor, we have over $10 million in scholarships, awards, and financial aid that's offered every single year. Plus, financial literacy is really important. I mean, you are investing thousands of dollars into your degree. So this is definitely a presentation that you're going to want to go to. Now, this presentation also offers advice for OSAP, sources of income like scholarships or jobs, how to create a budget, as well as basic things like how and when to pay for tuition. But there are many more presentations offered at Head Start. These are just the 5 that we wanted to highlight for you. So make sure you sign up and attend the session to know about all of them.
Wow, Devin, I think I might have to sign up for that financial management presentation myself. But campuses are closed and we have classes online for the fall semester, but that does not mean that you don't deserve to see what your campus looks like. The virtual tour is going to allow you to get to know the campus and where your classes are going to be in the near future, as well as getting connected with the other first-year students at that time. Now, our campus has a beautiful mix of old and new buildings. Personally, my favorite would be Dillon Hall. What about you, Devin?
Oh, Dillon Hall is really nice. I have to say, in terms of the mix of old and new, the Armory building downtown that hosts our School of Creative Arts, that's my favorite. So even though I don't attend classes at the downtown campus, I was there for our Windsor International Film Festival, which is really cool, the fact that we have those 2 different campuses.
I'm definitely going to have to check that building out. Now, the thing with your program is that you might spend more time in different buildings depending on your program. So it's really important to get to know what your campus looks like and get used to the buildings that you're going to spend the most time in.
Okay, so next we're going to be talking about campus services. So like I said before, at Head Start, we're going to have booths that will host our campus services. And it's really a great opportunity for you to ask any questions that you have about things like accessibility accommodations, meal plan, counseling, wellness services. So today we're going to highlight just 3 of them. There's many, many more though. So please make sure to check out our Head Start website for a full list. So first off, we have the student accessibility services. Now, if you had an IEP in high school, which is an independent learning plan, or you think you might need an accommodation, you can definitely check out their booth and ask how the university can accommodate you. Next up, we have academic advising. So with academic advising, I recommend at the start of every semester, you go meet with an advisor. And this doesn't matter if you are in a program where you can choose all of your courses or in a program where your courses are designed every single semester. No matter what, you need to know what your path to graduation is, and everyone's path is different. So make sure you become familiar with that service. And then next up, it's my favorite, the Writing Support Desk. So this service is free on campus, and you can book up to 2 30-minute appointments every single week. And it's not an editing service. It is a way for you to meet with an academic advisor, sit down, learn from your mistakes, and then gain technical academic writing skills. So what I do and what I would recommend is once you get your syllabus at the beginning of every semester, make sure that you book your appointments based off of your assignments. And that forces you to not hand in assignments at the very last second, because you will have had to have workshopped it with an advisor ahead of time. So Kaya, what is your favorite campus service?
I'm glad you asked. I would have to say my favorite campus service would be the academic advising. I started going my 3rd year, and I have realized a world of a difference it's made by going and planning out my academic year. So as I mentioned before, these are our faculty-specific Head Start presentation days, which will include those program-specific advising. Now, our Saturday sessions are going to be held from 10 a.m. to 12:40 p.m., while our Thursday session is going to be held in the evening from 6 p.m. to 8:10 p.m. Now, you can attend any Head Start day for a general overview, but keep in mind the faculty-specific presentation days if you want to get more information about your program. Now, Devin, I've got some questions about Head Start. Do you think you can help me out with that?
Sounds good.
Awesome. So question number 1, will I be able to take information or brochures from this event?
Yes, you can. So anything that you see in our campus partner booths or in our presentations, you can put into a virtual briefcase, and that is going to be emailed to you afterwards. You can take information.
That virtual briefcase sounds really cool. Question number 2. I can't attend the times of the live events. Can I still participate?
Yeah, you can. So all of our presentations are going to be recorded, and all of the resources at those booths are going to be available for up to 1 month after the event. You can still log on, access, and you can actually even still ask questions via chat or email. The reason why we say to go to the actual event, though, is just because you're going to start building those connections with the faculty, the staff, the current students. So try to attend live if you can.
Awesome. And last question, Devin. Is a webcam required for Head Start?
That is a yes and no answer. So yes, if you want to video chat with a presenter or one of the staff at the booth, then you will need a webcam. However, if you just want to watch the presentations and you want to ask questions via chat or email, then you don't need a webcam.
Thank you so much, Devin. I feel a lot better about Head Start now. And finally, guys, the moment we've all been waiting for, the $1,500 tuition draw. Now, Devin, I don't think people really understand how much money you could save if you won $1,500 to go towards your tuition.
Yeah, Kai, I don't think they do. Let's put this into perspective for them, shall we?
We shall. That's like having enough money to buy 258 caramel macchiatos.
Or like 187 rolls of sushi.
So do yourself a favor and enter into the draw, please.
Now, question, how would we enter into the draw?
Now, I'm glad you asked that. There are going to be 3 things that you can do to enter into the draw. First things first is attend Head Start. Second is you're going to participate in the challenges in the Head Start platform. And third is you're going to participate into the Where's Winston scavenger hunt. You do these 3 things and you're going to give yourself the best chance at winning $1,500 to go towards your tuition.
Which ultimately means more money for caramel macchiatos and sushi.
Exactly, Devin.
Wonderful. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Now, make sure that you sign up at learn.uwindsor.ca/headstart to attend your faculty-specific presentations. And if you do have any questions, Kaya and I will be available afterwards today for a student panel. So if you have questions about university life, University of Windsor in general, or Head Start, please make sure to stick around and ask us those questions. So thank you so much for attending today.
Good luck and go Lancers.
Awesome. So hi, everybody. Like we said, my name is Kaya. I'm a 4th year Human Kinetics student.
And my name is Devin, and I am a 5th year history student and 1st year nursing student.
So Devin, do you want to kick it off with the first question that we got?
Yes, for sure. So the first question is, will students be able to connect with professors during Head Start? The answer is yes. So you have various opportunities to connect with professors, but the main one is to go to your academic advising session. So there is a session where you can go meet professors from your specific program. You can get information on what courses you're going to be taking, as well as what your next 4 years will look like as well, not just 1st year. And you can also ask them a whole bunch of different questions. That's why they're there. I know that sometimes it might be a little intimidating to ask a professor a question, but they're there for a reason. They want to tell you all about why they love teaching their certain courses. So really have fun with that.
Okay, so another question is, how can incoming students connect with upper year students? So we actually have a lounge that you can connect with upper year students with. We also have a panel going on, so you'll be able to ask questions there and really connect. I know specific to different programs that you might have peer mentorship programming, so depending on your program, again, you can go to the academic advising booth, ask about the different options that they have there to get more information on that.
So the next question, how will Head Start help with the transition from high school to university? And I think it's especially important to attend Head Start this year just because of our move to online learning. So there's going to be a whole bunch of different resources there. And really what Head Start is meant to do is say, okay, this is how most people functioned in high school. You know, you did X, Y, and Z. You had certain curriculars, extracurriculars that you did. Your classes were very structured. But in university, this is how things function. You have a lot more independence. You have to manage yourself. Like, one thing we are going to make sure that you know is time management is key. So it's a whole bunch of different things like that. But also, we have a lot of supports at UWindsor. So you're going to get to understand what is available to you and what resources you can access that are going to help, not just from high school to university, but for the rest of your university career.
So, what is it like living on a co-ed floor in residence? Okay, this is a cool question. So, at Windsor, there are different types of residences, and based on the type of residence that you're in, you might have a little bit of a different floor setup. So in my first year, I was in alumni hall. Loved it because it was close to the gym. So in my experience, I had a girl as my roommate, and we also had a washroom like in our room. So in my experience in my first year, I actually didn't, like, though I had friends who were of the opposite sex, like on my floor, it didn't, I guess I could say, like, it didn't really bother me, or I didn't have the type of like a different experience. Also, I grew up with brothers, so I'm quite used to that whole situation. So for me, it was great. I never ran into any kind of problems. I don't know, Devin, if you could kind of chime in on your personal experience and maybe where you stayed.
Yeah, so in my first year, I didn't stay in residence, but when I was in England on exchange, I did stay in a co-ed floor. So unlike Kaya, we actually had to share the bathrooms, and we shared a kitchen with the other genders on our floor. So it was really fine. I mean, it kind of ends up just being your home away from home, right? And everyone feels that. So you do have privacy. Now at UWindsor, you know, there are, if you are going to be living in a residence like MacDonald Hall or Laurier, you do have separate washroom facilities for the different genders, but you have your own room, especially for this incoming year. It is single room only for the fall semester, and they're looking at what other options will be available for the winter semester, but we're not entirely sure about that yet. But no matter what, the washroom facilities are separated.
So another question, Devin, we can take this one over together, is can students live in residence and have friends over? So I know right now for the fall semester that they're going to have residence open for students. It's going to be limited to one student per room. I'm not exactly sure of the rules that they'll have around people coming in, having friends coming in due to COVID. I'd assume that it's not there. That's not going to be something that's going to be encouraged, but I think they're going to come out with some more information on that a little closer to when residence opens up.
So the next question is, will representatives from the various services be attending Head Start? Yes. So that is one of the whole reasons why we're having Head Start. We really want you to go and connect with these services. So in the video, we talked about, you know, academic advising, writing support desk, the student accessibility services, and there's so many more. Like I said, there is a list on our Head Start website of all of the services that will be there. And just like there is today, you can go and talk to people at the different booths.
So the next question, I think, Devin, you've got a great story for this one. So the question is, what is your personal favorite memory from Head Start? I'm going to let you take the one away, Devin.
Okay, so this is actually when I was a leader at Head Start. So when I was a leader, this was in my second year, and we got like some swag that we were able to have. So in my first year, we had TD that was giving out like sunglasses. And as a first year leader, when I was doing Head Start, you know, I was kind of a little bit nervous, but a senior leader saw that I had the exact same glasses from Welcome Week. And every single time that we would pass each other, we'd be like, TD glasses. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And we actually ended up becoming really good friends just because we had the same pair of free glasses. But I think that really speaks to the whole Head Start and Welcome Week experience, is that you will make friends from like the strangest things. Like I made friends with 2 people because we got water balloons thrown in our faces for an event that we had. So it's really, you know, if you're nervous about making friends, don't, because people are there, people are wanting to be friends, and so you'll have those weird situations like that. But yeah, I will never forget that, and I still have those bright green TD glasses.
I honestly never knew glasses could bring people together so nicely. That's awesome. Oh man. So the next question is, what advice do you have for students to be successful in online classes? This is a great question, and I think it's something that everybody could use a little help on. So there's no question about it. Online courses are so much different from in class. You know, when you have an online course, you're not forced to get up and go to a class or get up and, you know, go to a lab or something like that. It's all on you, right? So it's up to you to get up and, you know, get out of your bed and go do your work and stuff like that. So for me, I think the biggest advice I would give to people is setting boundaries and setting a schedule or a timetable for yourself. For me, I'm somebody who can't do work in my bed. Bed means hang out, watch a movie, go to bed, you know, so I can't do work in there. So I really do have to practice that when I'm doing online courses. Whenever I have homework, whenever I'm in class, maybe I'll set a time schedule where it's like, all right, from 9 to noon, I'm going to have my class and I'm going to study. But that's not going to be in my room because my bed's close. That's going to be at my kitchen table, or maybe I'll go out on the porch or do something like that. So I would definitely say, create a schedule, you know, stick to that schedule the best you can, and then separate areas. So, you know, when you're at home all day, it's kind of, everything feels like home, right? So you might want to make an area, whether it be your desk, whether it be your kitchen table, that really represents work to you. And that way you can kind of stick and focus and really commit to the work that you're about to do. And also, like, reach out. I am a 4th year student. Devin has gone 4 years through one program in history and now is doing nursing. And I think it's safe to say that both of us had to reach out at some point for help, like even up until last year, right? So we all go through it. And if you find yourself struggling, reach out to somebody. There's more than enough people ready to help you and get you through this, because online is new for all of us, but we're going to get through it. I don't know if you have any advice to give on that one, Devin?
Yeah, I mean, essentially exactly what you just said, have your separate areas, but also, you know, treat it as if you were going to class. So make yourself a coffee, you know, in between classes, take a break. If you have a dog or a pet, go get some love. Like, make sure that you try and make it as normal as possible. So even if your commute is from your bed to your desk, recognize that. Okay, so the next question is, what is your favorite part of the student experience at UWindsor? Okay, so my favorite part is just the sheer amount of opportunities, to be quite honest. So there are so many opportunities if you want them. You can go on exchange, you can do undergraduate research, you can be a teaching assistant, you can go for a course to Europe or Costa Rica for 2 weeks. So really it is the fact that at UWindsor, the staff, the professors, they're not afraid to say a lot of learning happens outside of the classroom. And I think that's one of the things that I've appreciated the most at UWindsor, is that they'll prepare you in the classroom, but really it's the whole go and get experience in the real world, and we will show you how you can connect the two. What would you say to that?
Honestly, I was the same thing. Like, I guess I've had a little bit of a different experience with like the basketball team. That's kind of where I get my experiential learning outside. But that's been really cool because I play basketball, but I'm also in human kinetics. So the buildings are really close together, and it's awesome because a lot of things that I've learned in the classroom have gotten brought out into the real world for me, and I feel so grateful for that. So I would just agree with you.
Perfect.
Yeah. So Devin, can you actually tell students why they should go on exchange? I think that's a really good question. I've never been, so maybe you can teach me a thing or two because I might go, honestly.
Okay. exchange was my favorite semester at UWindsor ever. So I went on exchange to Keele University in England. And one of the reasons I would say go on exchange is not like, there's the obvious reasons. You get to go travel, you get to meet a whole bunch of new people, you might get to learn a new language, like those are the obvious reasons. For me, mine was for 6 months, I get to do an all-inclusive educational resort. Now I'm a nerd, so I thought that that was really fun. But I mean, you know, I am in residence, I am meeting new people, I'm trying new things. And really for me, like that was my first time living on my own. And it was just amazing. If I can go again in my nursing degree, I totally will. But also if you can't, you know, if you can't swing exchange, there's also so many other short-term opportunities that we have. But really, exchange is all about stepping out of your comfort zone and saying, okay, this is something new, but let's rock it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I've been one of those students who, because of basketball, I'm not able to do exchange. But I've always said to myself, you know, if I ever get the chance to do a master's or something, I am going on exchange. And you are just selling me more and more on that idea right now, Devin. I'm loving it. Okay, so we are coming to a close right now. We're just going to cover one more question. So that question is going to be, what platform will be used for Head Start? So the platform that was going to be used for Head Start is called vFair. So within that, you're going to be able to access the online lounge, different booths, and access all the different presentations for Head Start. Do you have anything to add with that one, Devin?
Yeah, so it's the same that you guys are using right now. So you're going to be familiar with it. It's going to look pretty much the exact same that we have right here. So if you guys have any more questions, we will be in the Lancer Lounge. So please come stop by, and thanks so much for your questions.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kaya. Thanks, Devin. So this concludes our additional Head Start orientation session. As Devin indicated, they're going to be moving over to the Lancer Lounge next to continue the conversation. So feel free to join them, our Head Start orientation leaders in the Lancer Lounge. This is a great show. I could have watched you guys all day. So thanks for taking the time. And I love the Windsor swag there. That's you're looking great. So thanks everyone, and we'll see you at the next session.
Bye, guys.
Bye.